Yo, what's up guys? I pray that you're all doing well. My name's JoKa, and in today's video we're going to be talking about this big article that EVO just dropped. The headline of this article is Beginning the Next Evolution. Now before we get into it guys, remember to like, comment and subscribe. It does support the channel. Remember to follow me on all my socials, and most importantly remember to join the Discord to keep in touch with me. Let's go. Now before I give my opinion on it, I'm going to of course read what's being said just so people can understand and kind of form their own opinion as well, because I want to hear what people have to say about this, because it is pretty interesting. So let's get straight into it. For over 2 decades, EVO has been where the fighting game community gathers, our champions rise, and their legacies are cemented. What began in arcade tournaments has become the world's largest offline video game competitions, with tentpole events across 3 continents. Now we are evolving again. Community first, always. What EVO's ownership has always known from day one to today is that community is the root of competitive fighting games. Community is the backbone of EVO's events. It is where EVO's future comes from and where we are committing our new resources. Beginning later this year, EVO will be working together with the community on the ground level to elevate it and help it grow. We'll be dedicating significant resources to locals around the world to help create sustainability for the bedrock of the FGC. We know firsthand that no event grows without local support, EVO included, and we want all events to have locals that can help them grow into pillars of the community. EVO is setting out to help solve the challenges locals face, from equipment to awareness and player connectivity, permanently. More details will be communicated to our local partners and the community over the coming months. So this seems like they're going to help out with local TOs, local venues with equipment and whatnot. I think this is a really good step in my opinion. You know, helping the community, helping to grow those already built grassroots communities. I think this is super important. And providing stuff like equipment and trying to bring awareness is again super important when it comes to the fighting game community. You know, it's what's going to help us grow. It's what's going to help keep tournaments stable and running and communities to grow bigger. You know, next step is bringing EVO to the world. The next header, sorry. None of our legacy events in the US, Japan, France, or unannounced events such as Singapore are changing in terms of policies, brand values, level of investment, format, or expectations. Our goal is quite the opposite: to bring these experiences to more players worldwide and continue to welcome the community from all countries and backgrounds. Beginning in 2027, EVO will expand into new destinations as part of our long-term commitment to bringing fighting game players together. Soon you'll be hearing more information about EVO touching down in new locations including Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, China. EVO will be building new sustainable events that highlight our diverse regional communities around the globe. We are making our mission to ensure fighting game events are available for generations of players. Now, I'm not going to read this part yet, but I will show you guys the calendar. So this is the roadmap. So 2026, Vegas, Japan, Europe, and the local support will happen this year. And then in 2027, we're going to have an EVO in Singapore, Morocco, Brazil, China, Middle East, Mexico. Now, what do I think about this? Now, before I get into it, honestly, I think it's a good idea that there's more EVOs. You know, people that haven't attended EVOs before can attend EVOs. But the issue is the saturation part. The EVO prestiginess is going to kind of drop. And also, the big question is, what's going to really happen to like the pre-existing events? I think that's a big question from me. I think another good thing is that it can tie into already existing circuits like TEKKEN World Tour, like EWC, Esports World Cup, that is, and I'm talking from a TEKKEN perspective, of course. I think this is a good idea for them to add more EVOs in different locations, of course. The other concern I have is I hope they're all spaced out. Now, we already have a lot of events for TEKKEN World Tour and for Esports World Cup. So how is that going to link in with the EVO events? You know, like 2027, we're literally going to have 9 EVOs, guys, which is crazy when you think about it. I personally thought that 3-4 EVOs was fine, but 9 EVOs is quite a lot. But again, I guess we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Another concern I do have is that I hope they find the right vendors, TOs, and I hope they supply with the correct equipment for tournaments and whatnot. I hope it's consistent and stable across all the different events. You know, I think that's another thing we should talk about. I really hope as well that, I'm guessing based on how events do, they're probably going to switch out the countries. Like as you see here, it says Europe. So maybe it's not going to stay in Europe. Maybe after EVO Nice this year, they're probably going to move it elsewhere in Europe, most likely. That's what it seems like. Same with Middle East here. There's the Saudi flag, but maybe after a year or two, they'll probably switch it to somewhere else in Middle East, which is good, you know. I think I like that. Again, it helps bring awareness to different scenes, to different countries and whatnot. I think it's a really good idea. But like another concern that I do have as well is like what's gonna happen to the EVOs that don't do as well. Let's just say one of these EVO events don't do well. Like what's gonna happen? Will they still continue to run it in 2028, 2029, and so on? That's another question I wonder. Yeah, a lot of questions I do have, but overall, I am positive. I think it's good that everyone gets to experience EVO, and EVO is being, you know, expanded globally more. I think this is really good for FGC. But I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. But I just think overall, it's going to be a good thing in my opinion. I think it's a good thing. And let's just go back to this part as well. I think this part's important. Announcing a new fighting game world championship powered by EVO. EVO is excited to announce that as part of our next evolution, we'll be hosting a new championship format designed to uncover who's truly the grandmaster of fighting games. Unlike existing world championships, this new format will require competitors to showcase their mastery of multiple fighting games, putting their adaptability, game knowledge, and fighting game fundamentals to the ultimate test. Only by demonstrating next level skills across the entire fighting game genre can a player rise to claim the latest championship. We'll be working closely with our publisher partners to determine which titles will be included in this format, and we'll have more information for you later this year. Additionally, we'll be working with the community closely to help identify what modern day titles and legacy masterpieces should represent the breadth of fighting games in the new tournament, with a focus on competitive, not entertainment selections. This new fighting game world championship powered by EVO will be held in one of our new founding countries, the United States or Japan. So I guess this is a cool idea, but I think, would it not be better to have like a world championship for each respective fighting game title? I think maybe that would have been better. But yeah, I guess this is cool that they're trying something new to see who's the grandmaster of fighting games. We're most likely going to see Xiaohai there, and you know, all the other legends that have been, you know, doing super well in multiple fighting games. But I guess again, this is a good initiative as well. And the final paragraph says, moving forward with conviction. On the back of our latest acquisition announcement, we want to immediately share our vision for EVO. We want the community to know that we are here to grow fighting games globally together. This announcement represents only a portion of where you'll find EVO in the future. These are just the first steps of a long-term vision we are committed to. We are incredibly excited about the long-term commitments we can now make to the community, including support for locals, new EVO locations, increased prize pools, new event formats, and the untold opportunities that will arise from them. The FGC is never stagnant, and neither is EVO. So a lot of information here, man. A lot of information. Again, we did already know about Singapore. They did announce that, I think, last year. But again, we will have more EVOs. They're announcing more support to locals. And of course, the Fighting Game World Championship. Those are my thoughts. I am pretty happy about this. But again, I do have a lot of questions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think it's a good idea that we're getting more EVOs? Have you guys ever experienced an EVO before? Are you looking forward to experiencing an EVO after this announcement of all the new EVO locations being added? Let me know, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.